You are welcome to look at the previous replays that are stored on my YouTube channel for the previous chapters. But today is chapter 5. So let's get into it, because I know people showed up for the class, so let's do it. All right. Chapter 5 is resampling methods. And by the way, guys, if you need me to blow up anything on the screen because it's not big enough on your screen, let me know, okay? And let me adjust a couple things here to make it even bigger. Get rid of that, and we're going to get rid of, oops, nope, got that wrong. Okay, that makes it slightly bigger. Okay, chapter 5, resampling methods. All right, what is resampling? Let's start right there. We're going to start with audience interaction right away. If you're comfortable, because I understand this is taking a step up, right? But if you're comfortable, give me your elevator pitch on what is resampling methods. Well, what are we referring to when we're talking about resampling methods? You can give me examples of resampling methods. You can give me a definition, whatever you guys think, whatever pops into your mind when you're thinking about resampling methods. I'll give you guys, a minute or so there to think about it. Amrapali, hello, welcome back. I'm pretty sure you've attended our sessions before, so good to see you again. So we're just getting started, and the current question for the chat is, what is resampling methods? Just tell me what you think it is. Don't need to give me a fancy answer. Just give me your elevator pitch, or give me examples of what it is, or something that you think is associated with it. What do you guys think? Okay, so Hamad is stepping up, putting up our first answer. Resampling is drawing samples from training data to fit in our model. Okay. If you want, you can just agree with Hamad, right? You can say, yep, I agree with Hamad. Or, okay, so Alan says, I agree with what Hamad said. Praveen, good to see you again. Welcome back. Yep, but Alan says, I agree with Hamad. Anybody else? All right. David Warder, welcome. I don't think I've seen you before, so welcome to the chat. David Warder says, using individual data points more than once in planned methods to increase your statistical power. Okay. David, I like your take on this. You came at it from another angle. We're gonna come back to what David said. I like it. Explore the beauty. Says this is a technique to modify the training data to improve the model's performance and increase overall accuracy. All right. Bright Eggbee, and I don't think I've seen you before, so welcome. From my understanding, a method to balance data set with unbalanced labels. All right. All right. Amram Pali says, picking different combinations of samples from the same pool of a data set. All right. A resampling method is a way to understand data better by taking multiple smaller samples from a set of data. All right. Samir says creating new samples from existing data sets. Okay. All right, anybody else? These are great. These are all great answers, by the way. Anybody else for resampling? Good answers, though, guys. Great participation. All right, so I'm going to give you a couple different definitions that the authors give. These are two items that I've pulled from the book. These are directly in the book, and in fact, I think that they're in the first section, right? So this is what they're offering. What do you guys think? Exploring the beauty adds examples include bootstrapping and cross-validation. Okay. I love that you jumped to the examples. We're gonna get to those, but yeah, I love the fact that you pointed those out. So what do you guys think of these definitions with the authors? Do they kind of fit what the previous answers that we saw? Because it's nice to see that most of you did have an opinion on what resampling is, right? Some people would shy away and say, oh, I'd rather not say, but you guys did a great job with coming up with them. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I mean, I think that, personally, I think there's a pretty good parallel here with what the authors are saying versus what we saw in the chat. So you know what? Let's make this a quick poll. Give me a 1 if you agree that that the chat correctly identified what the author said, or give me a 0 if you think that there might be some other gaps or if you see it a different way. But generally speaking, I think that it deserves a 1, but give me a 1 or a 0 in the chat. All right, so Rex is voting with the 1. He thinks that we're pretty closely aligned with the authors. What do you guys think? Anybody else? All right, there's another couple 1s. Okay, yeah. So I think that we're in general alignment with what the authors are writing. Yeah. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of 1s in the chat, and I think you're right. I think that we are understanding the what of resampling. Like, what is it, right? But here's another question, another similar question, but I want you to think about this way though, right? Why does resampling exist? I think we gave ourselves a pretty good definition of the what, right? What is resampling? But why does it exist? Like, why would you need to do this? Like, why is resampling even a thing? So give me your elevator pitch on that. I mean, the authors dedicated a whole chapter to resampling, right? So it must be important in some way. But I want to understand the why. Because remember, we're professional data scientists, right? So we always kind of want to seek out the purpose for what we're doing, right? Because otherwise you're just a monkey, at a keyboard, right? But you want to understand the why of, why are we pursuing resampling? Okay. Okay, so Deb is stepping up and saying if sample does not represent the population correctly. Rex says to mitigate issues with small size data sets. Because data sets are usually big. So this is Samir, by the way, because data sets are usually big. So in order to simplify the decision-making process. Joseph says we would like our sample to be more representative of our population, perhaps. Okay. It is sometimes expensive to collect large samples of data, so resampling help us. Okay. David says data is finite. You can't always go out and efficiently get more data, so you have to be efficient with what you have available. All right. Hamad says because of limited data. Okay, guys, so let's put a stop there, because I'm not sure if I'm on board with the answers so far, right? Because at this point, there seems to be a little bit more of an emphasis on the sampling side, right? Because that's kind of like where these answers are headed, right? Like, I appreciate the participation, guys, an A for effort, but let's kind of rework ourselves back, right? Because I really enjoyed Explore the Beauty's mention of bootstrapping and cross-validation. Now, I know a lot of you have read the chapter ahead of time, or maybe you're already familiar with the book, or a lot of you can give me a definition for what cross-validation is, right? Cross-validation isn't because of some of the items that you guys are mentioning here. It's not because of limited data or because the data is too large, so we want to maximize the efficiency. That's not really what cross-validation and bootstrapping is for, right? So let's kind of hammer that conversation back into it. Hamad says also model validation and estimating accuracy of parameters. Okay, okay.